What is going on, team? Welcome back to another video.
Who the f is that guy?
Yeah. Been a while. I don't know if you had it too, but I have been slapped by whatever is going around in the UK, and I was out cold for a good few days. And putting it bluntly, when you're completely it's impossible to get motivation to make a video or just do anything. I was in bed scrolling memes and sleeping. But other than that, I hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas, and I hope you have an amazing new year coming up. And team, I just want to thank you, first off, for again, another incredible year of support on this channel. This year, 2022, was the 8th year since I made it, and we got 11.234 million views. And the biggest video of the year was when we went to Fraser's house with a really cool crew. 331,000 views. Good old analytics. Personally, it hasn't been the easiest year, but man, we've had some good times. Training with Justin, the British champs, the games, going to Fraser's new house. Wild. Really, sometimes you have to pinch yourself, to be like, wow, we've done some... I still get to continue to do some cool stuff. And it's because you guys watched and smashed the like button, which I am forever grateful. Anyway, news. First massive bit of news is Wodapalooza is coming up, and it's not that far away now. And excuse the pun, but it's heating up because I have never seen a lineup of athletes like it. I think I'm more excited for this than I am for the games. With the teams of 3 being announced, almost coming thick and fast daily, take a look at just what? Competition's gonna be wild. On the ladies' side, Danielle Brandon will be competing alongside the Mayhem Girls. Carrie Pierce will come back from her retirement to be in a team of 3 with Oriel Lowen and Alex Gazan. We're seeing the Hungarian, Polish and New Zealand power coming together with Jamie Simmons, Laura Horvath and Gabby Magala. There's a super team in Brooke Wells, Amanda Barnhart and Christy O'Connell. Sarah Sigmundsdottir's making her return with Emily Rolfe and Caitlin Van Zyl. Team GoWad have got Jacqueline Dahlstrom, Emma McQuaid and Sola Sigurdsdottir. But the team that's coming in with probably the most hype is this one. Katrin and Annie, the daughters, are teaming up with teen sensation Mal O'Brien. Holy, that's just the women's side. Then on the male side, you got the typical 3 musketeers, Travis, Noah and Chandler coming back together. Solid energy. Cole Sager, Jason Hopper and James Sprague. The team that might find it hard to understand each other, they all come from different parts of the globe. Team GoWad, Willie Georges, Roman Krenikov and Jay Crouch. Team with Ricky Garrard, Tim Paulson, Matt DeLugos, Yonakoski, James Newbury, Nick Matthews. Then we have the 2 brothers teams, the Smiths and the Panchicks. We've then got a team with Tola, Goodmanson and Khan. And then the one that I'm going to be looking at is the Canadian powerhouses that are Brent Fikowski, Pat Vellner and Jeffrey Adler are coming together to try and take that Miami and American trophy home.
Pretty cool! Pretty damn cool! Woo!
Hey, we're finally going to see who are the fittest siblings on earth. And also, if you're going to Miami, some huge news around us and Hustle Made. We will have a stand there. We will have a booth. It's costing a bit of money, but every time we've been, you've always been like, have you got a booth here? And this time we can say yes. And that makes me really excited. Now, quickly going into the 2023 CrossFit Games season. In a little bit of detail, not a lot. We obviously know it's returning back to Madison, Wisconsin for one last time before then it goes to Birmingham, Alabama. And it's starting off with the Open on the 24th of February. Now they have released the equipment list, and on that list it's pretty standard. There's a couple of things that jump out with a 32 kilo kettlebell and a 32.5 kilo dumbbell, but everything else is just everything else. We'll probably see wall walks again and all day. Then there'll be the quarterfinals, then we'll have the semi-finals, which they've announced the locations for of these 7 events. Here in Europe, we thought we were getting 2 events, but we're actually just getting 1. And with these new regions, they're pretty much back to regionals. Now let's quickly have a look around. If you're in the African region, you'll be going to Johannesburg for the Rebel Renegade Games. If you're North America West, you'll be going to California for the, you get it, Noble CrossFit Games North America West semi-final. Imaginative. North America East, you'll be going to Florida. If you're in the Oceania region, you'll be going to Brisbane, you'll be going to the Torium Pro, one of the coolest CrossFit events. If you're in South America, you'll be going to Brazil, you'll be going to Rio de Janeiro for the Copa Sur. Here in Europe, we'll be going to Berlin, Germany for the Noble CrossFit Games Europe semi-final. And if you're in Asia, you'll be going to Korea for the Far East Throwdown. Now let's quickly have a look at the numbers that will be going to these events. In both North America semi-finals, there'll be 60 individuals, 40 teams, and the same with Europe. The rest of the competition field will get 30 individual spots and 20 team spots. But this is where it can kind of change. For both North America and Europe, there'll be 5 individual qualifying spots out of the 60, both for male and female. In the very debated Oceania, there'll be 3. In both South America and Asia, there'll only be 2 qualifying spots for the male and females. And then in Africa, there'll be 1. But there are definitely more spaces up for grabs, 17 of them in total, due to the new worldwide ranking system and strength of field, which has been introduced this year to make qualifying for the CrossFit Games a little bit more fair. And I think it's going to do just that. Basically, it's a similar system to professional tennis or professional golf ranking systems, where athletes will earn points on their performance during the CrossFit Games seasons, and they're looking back over 2 seasons at performances through the Open, quarterfinals, semi-finals, and the Games to calculate their rankings. Obviously, the further you get through the season, the more points you get, but then these rankings will determine those 17 spots and where they go in terms of each region. Pretty cool, pretty damn cool. So I don't go into too much more detail and bore you guys with all the logistics. One more thing. CrossFit this year will standardise and program all tests for the entire season, including semi-finals. So now CrossFit have taken back full control of all events and all programming. That's a basic overview, right? Smash that like button if you now understand what's going on. I feel like this year all the information has been given in dribs and drabs, so it's kind of like hard to understand. I hope that made it easier. Also, sidebar question, do you think CrossFit is dying? Genuine question. Put your comments down in the comments below. I want to know what you guys are thinking. I mean, from a few things that I've seen, I want to get to know your thoughts. Now, going back to when you were 3 years old and you used to get a certificate, great. If you were national champion in the CrossFit Games, you get a digital certificate. And 3 Hustle Made athletes got certificates. Reggie Fasser, fittest in the UK. Christoph Horvath, fittest in Hungary. And Jacqueline Dahlstrom got fittest in Norway. Now that's all done, let's talk about some things that have happened with athletes since I made the last news video. 1, he may be retired from CrossFit, but he is coaching one up-and-coming CrossFitter who made some moves at the Rogue Invitational, Jacob Heppner. Since the last news episode, he took a first place in the Men's Elite Tactical Games, which is like fitness and shooting. He's also decided that he's going to get a frame that matches this one and put a photo of Winston in it and switch it up in one of his favourite coffee shops and see if they notice. Now, I love that idea. I am here for that and I can't wait to see the outcome. Emma McQuaid became Irish weightlifting champion. Not only is she one of the best in the space at CrossFit, she's one of the best in the space at weightlifting. It's crazy what level of weightlifting there is now in CrossFit compared to what it was at the start. Like, you have to be efficient with a barbell. And the skill level just keeps getting better year on year. Speaking of weightlifting, Ben Smith did this workout, 100 snatches at 225 pounds, pretty much 100 kilos. And it took him 47 minutes and 9 seconds. I mean, it's not something that, like, I don't know. Actually, I might want to try it, but 100 is a lot. But it'd be fun, maybe. And then the James Townsend. He's just incredibly strong. And a month or 2 ago, he power cleaned 200 kilos or 440 pounds. Now that is just ridiculous. In other bits of news, since the last time we made this video, we had the World Cup. It was an incredible World Cup in terms of sporting performance. Argentina obviously winning the World Cup, no spoilers there, but that kind of solidified that Messi is the GOAT of football. Who agrees? In factual news, you know I like this page, 8 fact. A blue whale eats about 20 million calories a day, which is an equivalent to 70,000 Big Macs. Gee whiz. I know it was the biggest mammal on Earth. I didn't know it was quite that big.
That's what she said.
And the voice actor for Yoda is the same voice actor as Miss Piggy. The more you know, eh? Pub quizzes, I'm helping. New Year pub quizzes. Although she's fully defrosted and now been fully used up, I found this quite a cool fact. Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas, makes around $2.5 million every single year. And currently, just from that one song, she's made $72 million. Whew. That is some hardcore facts, that, isn't it? Hardcore. Hayley Adams has a new really cute puppy called Leo. Dogs, eh? Having a dog in a vlog or in a news video just changes the whole dynamic. Gotta love dogs. Sarah Sigmund's daughter in the off-season this season did something a little bit different. Alongside her training, she decided to pursue one of the 100 other things that she wanted to do in life, so she signed up for an aviation school to become a pilot. And she's finished the first part. Hello, this is your captain speaking. Can you imagine? And Patrick Vellner posted this, boys just want to have sun, and I feel you. Absolute vibes of pictures, those. Unbelievable. Now, before we get to the final bit of news on today's video, I want to shout out a guy called Alan Moon, who is a subscriber of this channel, and he sent me a video of him doing a fail, and he just wanted everyone to enjoy it, including myself. So if any of you are having a bad day, Alan Moon's here to pick you up. Legend. And then the final bit of news that couldn't make Jazz and I any happier if it tried. We had the announcement just before Christmas that Tia-Claire Toomey is pregnant. Her and Shane Orr are expecting a little one, and you know, from when we were hanging around with them and speaking with them, they've always wanted a child, and I'm so excited for them to like have this next journey, you know? 6 times fittest woman on earth, back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Was a bit hesitant when talking about this up and coming season. Was she gonna do it? Was she not gonna do it? And now we know the reason why. That also does leave the door open this season for a new champ. Will it be Mal O'Brien, the youngest person to ever do it? Or will it be someone else? Who do you think? Laura Horvath? Could be her year. Wild news, so good. Now to end today's episode, I just want to thank a few people. One, Whoop, for always supporting the videos, especially these news videos. There's a link in the comment section down below if 2023 is the year that you want to track your recovery, your health metrics, your sleep, your strain for the day. I highly, highly recommend it. Also want to shout out GoWOD for supporting Jazz and I, the best mobility app on the App Store, tailored and specific to you, and I do it every day. The 22-minute one hits a little different, and for me it's not just mobility work, it's also recovery work from the session before. And then finally Podium, the best supplements in the game, keeping me fueled. Literally what I'm sipping on here. The Blue Raz Slushy Hydro Salt. It literally tastes like when I used to go to the swimming pool and afterwards you used to get those slushy drinks, you know, the ones, and they come out and it's like nostalgia every day. And thank you guys for supporting me. If you ever use any of the links or codes, it helps Jazz and I out, but also like I've only signed and aligned with brands that I use anyway. So it's kind of like a win-win. And finally, to end all of it, there is a sale over at Hustle Made right now. There's some incredible items at very reduced prices to start the year. So you can kit yourself out for the Open, kit yourself out for the rest of the year if you need to. Become the freshest legend in the game. Anyway, team, if no one has told you today, or this year, because it might be the first time you might be watching this in the new year, that you're a legend, you're an absolute legend, and I can't wait to make more of the videos this year coming, to meet as many of you as possible and to see what you guys can achieve as well, you know? Big year incoming. I've got some goals, I'll talk about them in one of the up and coming videos. There's some big ones, but we wouldn't have it any other way, you know what I mean? We don't quit mentality. We'll catch you in the next one. Let's get it.